Dear Chashuva bochrim, my name is David Chazan. I'm talking to you from the Great Park Synagogue in Johannesburg, South Africa. So far away, but from the far reaches of the Rebbe Shlichus across the world. So here you are at the end of a long academic year. You're tired and you're weary and you're about to go on a brilliant, beautiful summer camp. Now, the Rebbe always taught us that there are parts of the body that needs to rest, and at night they go to sleep. But the heart, for example, is pumping all the way through the night. Because if, God forbid, it decides to go to sleep, then God forbid the person won't wake up the next morning. And there are certain parts of ourselves that have to be ever vigilant, ever excited, enthusiastic, and committed every single day, even in the summer, and even when we're resting. That has to be the part of our being that is constantly pumping and excited about the next day and our avodas Hashem. So I want to share a story that was told by my late shver about a whole lot of Cossacks that found themselves on a freezing cold night in the snow in a tavern in an inn. And to keep the cold out, they began to drink, and another drink, and eventually another drink, until they all fell asleep in a drunken stupor. And the first one of them wakes up in the morning and realizes that he's never going to be on time to report for duty. And he looks out and he sees the snow has fallen the whole night. He has no idea which way to direct his horse. There is no path. It's all covered with the snow. In desperation, he whips at the horse, and the horse bolts out into the cold, into the forest. But the next guy who woke up, he too was very nervous about getting on time for his reporting for duty. But he looked out and he saw there was a path. And the next guy, until eventually the final guys woke up. They saw an obvious path through the forest, and they began their journey too, not realizing that they are following a drunken Cossack on a lost horse. See, the path to where we need to go is not so obvious in the world in which we live. And sometimes we think if we just follow what everyone else is doing, it's going to get us where we want to go. But as a chassid, we need to know that our direction is given to us by the Torah and by the Rebbe's Hariros. That is what directs our lives. We can't just simply decide to do what everyone else is doing, because it might take us where we don't really want to go. So my bracha to you is that this summer, which is being prepared for so beautifully in advance, with these thoughts that are being shared in anticipation and in preparation for the summer. And I led camps in California some 45 years ago, and I saw how much can be achieved in a beautiful camp environment with commitment to our values. So my bracha is to you, may you use every single day in preparation, and certainly at camp, to be the masters of your world, to be in charge of your next decision, to make sure that you know the path and how it is determined by the important mashpim and by the Rebbe and by the Torah, rather than simply being dragged along and being a lost individual following another drunken individual on a lost horse. Have a beautiful summer.